Hi people. We all love to attack. But are we attacking correctly? Well, firstly we need to develop all of our pieces in order to launch an attack. If we only have 2 of our pieces developed, then that attack will quickly be dealt with by the opponent. We need as many pieces as we can for an attack and make sure that they are active. We can't do anything with a bishop that can only move 1 square in all 4 directions. What's more is that we generally need more attacking pieces than the defending pieces that our opponent has. That's called an offensive superiority. If black has 2 defending pieces and white has 4 attacking pieces, well then white has the offensive superiority. The center is also useful for an attack. Our pieces are at their most active in or near the center. They can move to all sides of the board pretty easily from there. If you have control of the center, then you usually have an advantage. Having more developed pieces than our opponent can also help out on launching an attack. That's called a development advantage. A development advantage usually happens in the opening when your opponent or yourself are just making a bunch of meaningless moves like pushing your pawns around too much. Having a development advantage kind of just allows us to launch an attack quickly before our opponent can catch up in development. Something very important to know is that the attacking player should open up the position where they are attacking and the defending player should close down the position where they are being attacked. The defending player can close a position with their pawns like this, while the attacking player, having to open up the position, has to exchange pawns or sacrifice something in order to open up the position. Now if you are launching a mating attack, then you need to make sure that the enemy king can't escape. Cut off any escape squares. Sometimes launching a mating attack won't result in a checkmate, sometimes it can lead to you having a material advantage or maybe your opponent if you didn't plan well. So just be careful. 2 more things before we get into some examples. Do not exchange your pieces without a good reason, especially if you are the attacking player. If you exchange your attacking pieces, then you have less pieces to attack with, and obviously the defending player should aim to exchange pieces with the defending player. Sometimes exchanging pieces can favor the attacking player, it could allow them to give mate, gain more material or weaken the defending player's defenses. Just remember, don't exchange pieces without a good reason. So look around for other threats. If you're launching an attack, do it with forcing moves. You'll see some of that in the examples. Example 1. White wants to open up the position. What move do you think they should play? White plays h5, soon opening up the h-file for the rook. g5 might look good, but if it's played, then black can play knight to h5, not allows white themselves to play h5 and open up the position. Example 2. White is attacking. They play h5. What would you play with black to close down the position? g5 is the correct move. Example 3. White is trying to open up the position. There is a good amount of activity difference on the king's side of the board. So whenever there is a great difference in activity or development between the 2 players, then you can very commonly create a combination. So white first gives a check. Then they sacrifice their queen to open up the position. This is called a destructive sacrifice. A sacrifice that tears apart our opponent's position. Black takes the queen and it's just a mate in 2. Example 4. White to move. Simple thing first. If you don't have anything better to do, then you should activate as many pieces as you can. If you have no threats, activate a piece. Your opponent has no threats, activate a piece. So white has nothing better to do and they develop their rook. Let's skip a bit to here. Queen to g5 and black tries to boot it out with h6, white creates a threat and black defends against it. What do you think is the best thing to do here? Open up the position. So white sacrifices their bishop to destroy the king's castle, and after a couple moves the enemy king is open to everything. Attacking. Pretty fun to do. If you liked the video, please subscribe. Bye people.